Hey, this is Kuro. This is Roxmysox, and you guys should know me if you watch this channel. We're gonna be talking about the new season of Marvel Rivals. Uh,
Season
s-
8.5.
yeah, season 8.5. All right, so my
Okay.
uh my general questions to you guys is, how do you feel about season 8.5 right now?
I think there were some. Sorry, I'm gonna open. I think there were some good changes, especially to dive. Um, Maybe they were a little. The nerfs were a little maybe egregious, but they definitely had to be addressed. I'm talking about the the usual suspects: Black Cat, Daredevil, finally getting some comeuppance. But they really needed to address Black Cat. Um, I'm not opposed to the heavy-handed nerfs. They can buffer slowly and figure out where she can be because they tried doing these soft nerfs on Daredevil. He was still prevalent. He was still good. Obviously, they didn't know what needed to be changed, or maybe they were too scared to be too heavy handed. But it felt like the prior seasons, they kept making these changes that didn't really do anything or address any of the primary issues for these characters that were so egregious. But it looks like in season 8.5, they finally decided to be a little more heavy handed, especially to Black Cat. But again, I'm not opposed to it. I think they can walk back the nerves slowly and see, and get her to a comfortable power level over time, right? Kind of like what they did to Spider Man. Spider Man has over time, over a couple seasons, gotten small buffs here and there, uh, to kind of get him to where he needs to be. Does he need more? Who knows, right? But I do like that style of where they incrementally buff something until they get him to a certain level. So, this is the heavy-handed nerfs, and I guess later they can make the micro adjustments to kind of walk them back a little bit.
For me, I think season 8.5. I haven't played as much, but I do notice the games are a lot more of uh, like close coordinated teams with like less people diving around and less isolated fights, and there are a lot more group fights, which is kind of what I like in games. So that's cool for me. Um, I just think certain characters kind of fall off in this, and they're kind of unplayable. So like Cap kind of sucks to play as. You can like pop off with Cap and stuff, but like when you like dive into a dino, you're just gonna die, and it's just like fun. I had a good time. Um, so overall, yeah, I think it's pretty good right now. Cyclops is all right. I don't think he's super strong. Well, I don't know. I'll take that back for now. I think he's pretty good, but he's not like disgusting like when Daredevil first dropped or like when Black Cat first dropped. Um, yeah, overall it's not too bad. Pretty good season so far. No complaints yet.
I think I agree with both of you guys in regards to especially Black Cat Daredevil needing some really big nerfs. And the fact that I don't, even if Cyclops is strong, and you guys know this because I've said this a bunch of times, I feel like he should be strong because the X-Men have been getting deed around, for lack of a better word, for a while now in Marvel because of the whole Fox situation, and we haven't really seen Cyclops do well in a long time, so I don't mind it playing 007 with all the lasers everywhere. um, uh, I feel you with the Dino, but I think Dino, I don't think he needs any more changes because I feel like he's a good tank to counter tanks because even when I dive in as Venom, he doesn't let Venom get away with the BS of I'm gonna live forever because he'll grab him before he can activate his armor. And if he does that, then like Venom is gone, and he's a good check for him. Um, One thing I would say about Spidey is that I want them to take away his pull. I've said that before because I think it it promotes bad behaviors from Spidey players, and you can't tell who really wants to learn the character and who doesn't. That's just me. Uh, but yeah, I overall agree. I don't know enough about the season to really say anything uh, right now, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's alright. All right,
I don't want to cut it, but you mean like clip farming almost.
yeah, exactly. Like you play DBD, you know when you play with those people who just trying to get the flashlight saves and not really like play the objective, and it frustrates you because
Right.
it ruins your whole. It's like that. Like I'm tired of Spideys who do that.
Yeah,
Ah,
circling back to like Dino, I think the only thing I don't like about Dino is he has a moving bubble that also has like I don't know how much HP it has, but that shit takes forever to break. Um, I just feel
I
like a
mean,
moving bubble around him is insane, and they should either be stationary or just a wall. Like you can't have both, because that's bananas, bro. Like we've been through this before.
they did nerf the cooldown on it. I mean, it's only
Bruh.
2 seconds, but
2 seconds?
it was 10 before, so they did try to address it.
Nah, moving bubble, that's too strong, in my opinion. But
You kind of would like it more like more like Deadpool's.
yeah, but like Deadpool's is so tiny. I like the like Winston's in Overwatch for a direct comparison. Like he jumps in, he props down his bubble, and then you can't move it, but like at least it's a deployable
So,
that you can
so as
use.
far as changes, you would think that would be maybe the final change for Dino.
Yeah, I mean I don't really like his little laser thing. I don't really care about it. Like
Because I'll be honest, because I think they didn't address what makes him strong. Like, yeah, the bleed. I mean, it got pretty heavy-handedly nerfed, but I don't think he needed that to do what he does, which is displacement. That was
Yeah.
not touched at all. And I think
Yeah.
it adds to your point that the bubble is kind of brain dead because you don't have to think about it. You just grab somebody and press it.
and then
You
you're
don't
also
have to think
blocking
about-
enemy heals, and
You
then
don't-
you're still
yeah,
getting
exactly.
healed, and then
Exactly. You don't have to think
it
about
follows
it.
you around. It's insane.
You press it, you grab somebody, and then you don't think about it. I
do you
don't
feel
know.
like?
I don't
Sorry.
know if placing it down would change anything of that playstyle, but I guess kind of right.
Yeah, because then you have to make a choice between do you want to bubble your team and protect damage, or do you want to bubble on yourself and isolate somebody like a tank or something?
I don't know. I don't know how other people play Dino, but I never bubble the team. I never block it.
Exactly. Why would you?
I only snatch people.
Do you feel like it should be one or the other? He either has the grab for displacement or he has the bubble. Would that be a good answer?
I think what Roxmysox is suggesting is a fair thing if he keeps the grab untouched, because it's like a 6-second cooldown. It's kind of ridiculous,
Yeah.
to be honest.
But you know why I feel like it's necessary? Because before somebody like Dino, who did you have to like really check Cap'n and Venom?
You're right.
Right?
You're correct.
I mean, you had
That's the
Emma,
only-
but you have to work with Emma a little more. Like you have to
Yeah.
coordinate a
'Cause-
little bit better with Emma versus with just Dino.
Well, the
because-
Emmet grab is like on an 18-second cooldown.
Yeah.
So
Because I could tell you right now, like, before Dino, I could pick Venom and feel like I'll never die if I rotate the swing in and out appropriately with the armor. Dino actually makes me scared to just, I'm going in as Venom and playing brain
and
dead
to be
for
fair, I
another
think he
minute.
checks him. I don't know if he kills him. Maybe I'm not good enough, but they did nerf the bleed to by half, essentially. So
Yeah, I didn't even read the patch notes, so I don't know about
yeah, it went
specific
from
numbers,
3% to 1.5. I still don't really like the change that they made for the laser. Should he have it? I'm not sure, but why even have it in his kit at that point?
It looks cool.
I mean,
It was,
sure,
it was
right?
probably
But
honestly just they were probably just testing a laser mechanic before putting it on Cyclops, so that's all that probably
it's
was.
it's so short range that I don't know how I feel about it. Like, other than applying bleed, I guess that's good, right? But it doesn't do anything else.
Yeah, it's pretty mid.
I think it's
Alright.
fucking trash. I mean, whatever, you fucking hit somebody, put bleed on them so you can snatch them. But if that's the case, then maybe I would extend the bleed effect, because the bleed effect from the laser isn't very long. It's like 1 second. Not for it to do damage, for you to try to grab somebody.
Mhm.
But maybe that would be too egregious. I don't.
Yeah,
Balancing
I think
is
he's
hard.
alright. Yeah, balancing do be hard.
I think he's good, right? I like that he has a niche, and like you said, he excels in checking certain heroes, kind of like Hulk, Venom.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Hulk. Hulk is pretty mobile, but you can try to grab him, and because it's on a 6-second cooldown, it's a little more forgiving, so you get more attempts. But yeah, I think him having that niche is good because he gets blown up by hit scan.
And he's also a really big. Like
He got a big head.
he got a humongous head, and you can like farm your charges on it. So like the Emma charge, or you can farm up fucking Punisher ult or whatever you want just on his.
The
big
Punisher
head.
shotgun does ridiculous damage because of his giant head.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. My second question is, who have you been playing so far this season, and why?
I mean, as far as the new characters, you already know. I play a little bit of Dino, but not a lot. You know what it is? It's because he's niche that I don't always play him.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the team comp or the enemy team comp, it doesn't really work for Dino. Either they got too much hit scan, or maybe I'm solo tank. Yeah, he's kind of like a specific use case where, like you said, but they got a Venom, they got somebody diving, kind of being annoying, or they got heavy brawl tank like Rogue. If they have a Rogue, a Thor. Then you can kind of pick Dino, but he's not one of those all-encompassing tanks, kind of like Magneto or Strange, where you can just pick them. Even Emma, where you can just pick them and not worry too much about matchups.
Yeah.
But Dino does have to worry about matchups.
Yeah, I've been playing Cyclops and Emma and Cap. That's pretty much it. And then for healers, I just play White Fox or Cloak and Dagger, because I'll turn your brain off every now and then.
How do you feel about Cyclops?
I think he's really strong. He has some weaknesses, but I don't think people are really like in tune with how to work around him. Like, if you have a bunch of shields, he basically is kind of useless because his shots don't bounce off shields. So if you have if you just pick Strange, it's like, all right, half his kit is just useless now. He has to pick his shots a little bit better. Versus like if they just have like a bunch of brawl, then you're just gonna vomit damage and everything's gonna die. His ult's fine.
And target priority.
Yeah. His ult's fine. I think the delay on the 2 explosions would be fine. But also, like, the more I use it, the more I think people have already gotten used to it, so they don't die to it as much. Kind of how, like, when Emma first came out, everyone was just dying to her ult over and over. And then, like, a month later, everyone's like, this ult's kind of poopy. You just walk out of it and you're fine. So I feel like as time goes on, Cyclops will get probably gradually weaker, but he'll still find his little spot in the game.
You think his base power level is pretty strong as it is?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I don't really see if they're gonna nerf anything. I did just realize one of his abilities gives him shield, and I don't know why. So like that should probably just go. I think it's the E.
I didn't know he got shield.
Yeah, me neither. I was pressing
But,
buttons, and I was like, why did I just get his shield? I don't know what the hell
But
that is.
every new hero gets shield. Daredevil, Black Cat,
Yeah, that's a problem.
Cyclops. I feel like that's just a fucking thing now. Sorry.
I have to double check if maybe I was just bugging that day, or I was maybe stepping on a penny.
No, I
or something.
think you're right. I haven't played a lot of Cyclops.
Yeah. And then I'm playing Emma a lot because I feel like she's really good into the Dino, and I don't really feel like she has any bad matchups right now. So you can kind of just blind pick Emma.
You don't think they should add like maybe even 1 more second to the time between shots for Zolt?
I mean, not a full second. That'd be crazy. Maybe like a quarter of a
Half a
second
second?
or something. Yeah, something like that. That'd be good. Just enough time to like.
Just a little touch. Like, I'm not asking for anything egregious.
Yeah, just enough for like if they random ult and you can like still have time to walk out. Because there's been times where they ult me and I'm looking for it and I still die to it.
That's happened to me.
So like, if I was maybe like a quarter of a second longer, maybe something like that would be fine.
think they need to fix it though, because I'm not sure if they intended you to be able to jump the second hit. Because if you jump the second hit, you can completely dodge it. I'm not sure you're supposed to be able to do that. I don't think
Also,
that's right.
I think part of it too, between the not only the delay between shots, I also think it's the sound effect because he doesn't say anything; he just kind of screams.
Dreams,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of easy, like because every other ult that you think of that's kind of big, you can hear it, like Punisher ult, Magneto ult.
Yeah.
You
You can
didn't hear
hear
that
it.
Iron Man ult.
I mean,
What?
he takes the windup is so long, you can kind of forgive his sound effect, but yeah, I think maybe they should change. They could swap it. Like the scream
the voice
should probably
lines,
be
yeah.
for the friendly, and the where he actually makes an announcement should be for the enemy. They should just swap
Yeah.
the voice line.
They can do that.
I don't know if you guys saw, I've been playing some Luna Snow. I started playing her to like move away from Mantis because I noticed a lot of complaints when I pick Mantis. Because she's so
Mantis is
reliant on
very
her ult to get like team heals. Because she
Do any
doesn't
kind
heal
of
the
healing.
team enough. Yeah. Whereas Luna Snow, if you have good aim, and I feel like I do, like you could heal people like even from far and stuff. And it's so easy because you could just leave your snowflake on a tank and then like go to somebody else and then like you're
Or
already
you can
taking
put it
care
on
of multiple
yourself.
people.
DPS Luna.
or put it
Yeah,
on
I don't. I like playing.
flanker.
You know how I feel about roles. Like I like playing my role. Like I don't mind being a heal bot as a support. Like I like playing my role, which I feel like characters should be. But that's just me. Uh, and I've also been messing a little more Wolverine because of the team up. Because the spin still, I can't get the how far it goes. Like he goes so far. But the way you can move around characters is funny because I'll be fighting Bucky's who like is a bad matchup for Wolverine, but I spin around him and he misses the hook, and then I just kidnap him and kill him. So
This
I
guy out
find
here,
that so
tomato
funny.
paw.
Yeah.
I really do think that certain team ups, when they're not as egregious or they're not, they're like little things here. They should just probably be added base kit.
No, I think that team up is stupid though. Like I literally like I just not very good with it yet, but I caught a Moon Knight from like I want to say three
But
quarters of the
I
map
do
and
like
killed him.
the versatility as like a movement tool, as a damage tool.
But do we want Wolverine to have that level of movement?
Hey man, look at these new characters and their overloaded kits.
That's true. That's true. I mean, you know how I feel about Daredevil. I feel like that character is so stupid. But and I gotta play Spidey a little more because I feel like me messing with all these other characters has gotten me a little rusty with him. And he's a character that requires a lot of attention to like do very well, especially with a lot of these newer characters that have all this stupid stuff in their kit and all this armor. Because he wastes a lot of resources to get like 275. So you got to be smart with this. So I have to play him a little more again. I haven't been playing him as much. I've been going mind numb with Punisher Shotgun. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
All right. My third question is: do you feel like they made enough changes to the existing characters that are not Cyclops that makes the game feel like it's moving in the right direction?
No.
Yeah, I didn't really read the patch notes enough to know. I don't really read patch notes. That shit.
Can we talk about that rocket buff
What's the buff? I don't know.
where he just gets a shit ton of damage and on machine gun mode during his ult?
They buffed his damage? I didn't even know. That's crazy.
He is more deadly than other character ults, like Daredevil ult. Rocket ult, when Rocket ults, he's a threat. He's
So
gonna
you feel like Phoenix is necessary now?
No.
I don't know why they buffed him.
I played a rank game where this Phoenix just ran the whole lobby. It's just impossible.
No, I just know her ult is good at deleting his ult. So that's why I
Yeah,
said
that's
that.
true. But I mean, you just gotta have a
What,
bunch of people shoot it.
what changes do you feel like needs to be made for the game to start going in the right direction that they just haven't addressed?
They kind of have to address it in like a twofold manner. So maybe it's a hot take. I would like to see all healers fall in line or brought down to the level of Adam healing and Mantis healing. But obviously, for that to be done too, you need to probably tone down damage.
Yeah.
Overall, I feel like those are the two things they need to do. But you can't. I don't know if you can do that in a single patch or a single half patch. But and I don't. It's kind of like the chicken before the egg. Which one do you address first?
Yeah.
If not both, but given their release schedule with like new characters and how much crunch they have, I don't think that's a sweeping change that they can make. It would have to be a sweeping, because you can't touch one without addressing the other all at once. And the roster's only growing with each season.
Yeah, and their seasons come out too fast, which is absurd. Like, we're already on season 8.5, and it's only been like 2 years, maybe a year and a half. The game's been out. I don't know.
But in an ideal world, they bring down the healing numbers to match Adam, Mantis, etc. And make them less of heal bots, more maybe utility or team-based things. But also bring down the damage of pretty much everyone.
I like that because, like, I know Overwatch has characters like Kirito, something like that, where she's like, she adds more utility where her ult is not just healing. Like, the whole team gets like a speed boost, and everybody gets to move faster, and like it just
like a prime example is White Fox. I think White Fox is that design. I mean, aside from her escape's pretty strong. Maybe make the cooldown a little bigger, like, I don't know, just a little bit. But yeah, I think White Fox has the right amount of utility in her kit.
Didn't they nerf her charm?
They did, but again, if you're bringing everyone down to the level of like Mantis and Adam, maybe we could look at buffing her utility.
I mean, she doesn't need, like, they could just remove it from being a charm and just make it into like a silence where it'll just cancel an ability and not like affect your movement in any
like
way.
Return you to neutral.
Yeah, or like, say you're channeling an ability, it just stops it, or like you're about to ult and then she'll just stop you from using the ability.
That's a
for
very
second.
interesting change, because it's not like a CC. It's not even like a soft CC. I don't even know, like a.
It's technically a soft CC, yeah.
It's almost like an enemy dispel, kind of like Gambit.
Yeah, that's basically a League of Legends silence. Like, you just can't use abilities for
A
like
silence.
a second.
That would be interesting.
Like Final
Yeah.
Fantasy, right? I mean, they can't use
Yeah.
magic once you get silence.
And just make it for like half a second or something. It doesn't have to be very long for it to be effective.
I'm in agreement with that, because the charm's kind of annoying.
Yeah, it's like, oh, why was I randomly walking?
It's interrupted my ult a lot. I'm not gonna lie. It's so funny.
Yeah, I mean,
'cause was
if you
just
can time
getting
it right,
some-
it's super good.
All right, my next question is: if you had a system change request, not a character one, what would you ask for?
So is this the easy question?
What? Tenacity? Okay, you want tenacity going?
Yes, they need to do something with tenacity. They actually kind of, I don't know if it's bugged or what, but it's not actually working properly right now. Not that it ever was, but it's working even less now. It does not proc. I think the only thing that procs it is like a long stun. I don't know if that's by design, but it wasn't mentioned in the patch notes. But if you have a soft CC like Penny, you could try it later next time you play. Go in the training room, pick Penny, stun somebody over and over again. Tenacity will not proc. How I would change tenacity, I don't know. You suggested once that only tanks should get it. Probably.
I think so. Yeah.
And I guess they could start with that. Like I said, micro adjustments. Make tenacity only for tanks. There's no reason a dive DPS should be getting tenacity. I don't care about you.
I agree.
Players. I don't care about you.
But my Black
players.
Panther, dude.
I don't care about you guys diving and deleting the backline 1v6. Yeah, maybe make tenacity only for tanks, and then they can kind of start addressing it from there.
I guess my system change would probably be something to address triple heal where the more healers you pick, the less effective their healing is. So that if you pick 3 heals, then you're effectively getting maybe not the exact same as 2 healers, but a little bit weaker than 3 heals, and then you still have the sustain of having 3 support ults if that's what you want to do. Just to make it not as disgustingly oppressive, where it's like, well, I guess I have to answer triple heal with triple heal, or we're just gonna lose every fight no matter what.
I agree with both of those takes. Before I even get into mine, because like Kuro said, I don't think that any dive DPS should have something like tenacity. Like when you dive, it should be a risk, right? I'm a Spider-Man mate, so I dive DPS, and I think I should be at risk, right? And the same thing with you. I think triple support is a huge problem. Like it negates a lot of teams, and people don't realize that. Like you're forced to pick certain characters just to deal with that comp. But on that same vein, you have like the dive comp where you have a bunch of dives in your face, and it's so overwhelming because you don't get a chance to even react. That's also frustrating, right? The one change I would want, and this might be controversial, I don't think that any DPS, and this is like across roles, like I don't think any DPS should get armor, right? At all. I'm tired of the Daredevil armors, the Bucky armors. No DPS should get armor, right? Your role is damage. You should be kind of like a glass cannon, right? And I think the most they should, there's no reason Daredevil should have 300 plus health, right? I think that the most health a DPS should have is like 275. Like anything above that, you get into tank realm, in my opinion. I think that supports should not get headshot procs. Since playing Luna, I've deleted so many people from just headshot procking and just
It's disgusting, man.
Yeah, like it's ridiculous the damage you get. I don't think support should be doing that level of damage, period, at all. And I actually think that, and this might be controversial, I think tanks are actually in a good place because, one, nobody wants to play tank because that's a tough role to play tank, right? It takes a lot of cojones to play tank. And I think the other thing regarding tanks is that, they're slow, most of them, right? There's very few that are fast. I mean, Strange has his teleport that has like a cajillion second cooldown, and you gotta wait, and you could hear that thing coming from a mile away. I mean, Emma's probably the only like one that's like in between, but I feel like they've touched her enough. If they touch her anymore, they're gonna want to break into character, right? I think it's just the character design. So I don't know. I think Tank's in a good place. That's just me.
I think for the armor, I agree for most of it, except for that it shouldn't exist at all. I just think that if you're gonna get armor, you shouldn't get it for free by like just whiffing abilities and like shooting at nothing. Like I like the fact that Magic gets armor for actually doing damage and like hitting her abilities, versus just like, I'm just gonna press shift and I got armor for no reason. Like, all right, like it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, but with Magic, should she have the invincible teleport if she's getting armor already?
Yeah. Well, it depends. So like, I think we should move Magic from an assassin like one-shot character to a brawler character, where she's more of like an off-tank kind of character, where she's using overshield to stay alive and then using her demon to pump out damage. That's just me.
I think.
Speaking of character, oh sorry, go ahead.
I do think Magic is in a good place. I mean, we complain. I complain sometimes, but usually it has to be a good Magic. You can't just pick her up.
Yeah, you gotta be good with her.
I mean, it's not even about being good mechanically. I think it's about game sense and having good timing on engagements, knowing when to leave. So I think it's less about mechanical skill on Magic and more of a game sense that not everyone has. Because if you have bad game sense as Magic, you're getting deleted.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, like Roxmysox says, if you don't get to engage or you pick bad engagements, you don't get armor.
Yeah.
Do not get armor. Unlike, Daredevil, Black
Bucky.
Cat, press the button, gets armor. She doesn't have to hit anything.
I play Bucky just out of spite. I've been playing Bucky since I said he was broken. Yo, You could whiff a bunch of stuff.
Maybe this is a hot take. I do think a character like Bucky is a necessary evil.
Yeah, but I don't think that him getting armor for free is part of that equation, in my opinion.
Because he already does massive damage. Like, I told you before, as Bucky, I'm not scared of fighting anybody. Because I feel like I could beat everybody.
If only his shoulder charge thing gave him armor, fine. But like every ability, bro, all of them.
And the shoulder charge interrupts stuff, and people don't realize that.
There is one difference though with Bucky. Why I don't find, maybe I'm crazy. Why I don't find it as egregious is because he has that, but his mobility is not great compared to characters like freaking Daredevil, Black Cat with crazy mobility, iframes, parries on top of overhealth.
A wall climb.
Yeah, I think that in general, the newer characters they need to do something about Ji Young, his design choices for the new characters. He's just like, let's just give them everything, and then they can figure it out when they start complaining. We'll take it away.
Yeah, like there's a flaw in design philosophy, where a character cannot have weaknesses for some reason. They don't want characters to have egregious weaknesses, but then a character like BP exists when they put a character that literally, if you change
uninteractable.
But if you change things' name, it's BP doesn't get to play the game. That's his real name. So they have this weird philosophy where they don't want new characters to have any kind of weakness, but then a dynamic like thing in BP exists in the game, in the same game where they feel like nobody should have a weakness. If that was the case, BP should still be able to play around thing, but he cannot. So they need to choose, or they need to get more consistent with their design philosophy.
Yeah.
I'm less egregious, Spidey Namor. It's not as egregious as BP and Thing's relationship, but Spidey Namor is also kind of a hard counter.
Yeah.
It's not as bad, but it's up there.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying about necessary evils. I feel that way because I feel the same way about like Wolverine and Iron Fist. Like not Iron Fist as much, but Wolverine. Like you get complained about a lot, but like he does like check tanks. But now that we have Dino, of course, he can check the egregious. But I feel like Wolverine also is kind of a necessary evil. That's why I'm afraid of any change they do to Wolverine, because especially mobility, why I wouldn't want base chem, because that's one of his only weaknesses, the fact of like
you're right. You're right. And that would go back to my complaint about design philosophy. You're right.
Yeah, because then if he didn't have the armor thing with the team up he has now, he could get in and get out, and then it's like that anytime disengagement is too easy, with no calls, it's like that's a problem, right? And one of Wolverine's biggest complaints, that I've even heard from you, is the fact of he could put himself in bad positions and just be like, "Oh, I'm okay," right? There's no
as long as his passive is off, he doesn't really have to think about it.
Yeah. So I feel like Wolverine's a necessary evil with a good check of he has to walk and take his time, right? The team
and
up,
walk,
I think,
not wall climb, not go invisible and sneak into the enemy back line, not have 2 dashes to get in for free. Because I don't know if you know this, the way the sound design system works is walking is the loudest. Every other action doesn't seem to make any noise. There is, but it's a vast difference. It's like 90% more quiet when you do anything else. So the fact that there are movement abilities, or these flankers have that ability, is what makes them so effective. Because you can't hear them, or you can, but on top of everything else, like it having a 90% silence or reduction in decibels, is pretty big for them to get in. And like you were saying, Wolverine has to walk everywhere. He can't he can have a flanking playstyle, but you're gonna hear him.
Yeah. No, I agree. I didn't think about it. I didn't even know that about the walking sound.
Yeah, no,
Is
it's the loudest. It's the loudest by far.
See, that's why I like these discussions because like I learn new things because I had no idea. So that means that because I'll be complaining like how they know I was back there. I'll be Bucky and I realize that his boots is actually making
Yes,
stop
walking.
noises. Okay,
Trust me, walking is it's louder on the enemy screen than it is even on yours.
got it. Okay, I'll probably get into my last question before we get into the PowerPoint. Do you feel like poke and dive are in a good place, and which do you think is better?
No, no, absolutely not.
I mean that leads directly into my little
See, good
manifesto.
segue.
Poke and dive are like not a real thing. Is basically poke and dive are a subset of DPS and not a subset of the game. And to think that like there's such thing as a fucking poke tank is absurd. And if we keep putting all of these things into just 3 buckets of poke, dive, and brawl, we're just gonna keep making the game worse and worse. Um, can you see my screen or what?
Mm-hmm. I could probably make it bigger though. Hold on. Let me see. Let me do this. Did that work? It worked. Sweet. All
I
right.
don't know. You tell me. All right, so
Yeah, it should be bigger.
this is what people always kind of. I didn't get probably all of them accurate, but whatever. They're always like, oh, you got your poke, and then you got brawl, and then you got dive, and they just put everything into like these gigantic buckets that don't really mean anything if you just like put everything in there. Because like you have something like Thing who like he can gap close. Does that make him dive? Like no, his entire thing is he's anti-dive. So like what are we saying here? We're not saying anything. So if you look at the Overwatch 2, like they have their subcategories. These, if we use like the same kind of system, you can see that like we need like kind of like the depth so that we can balance the game in a way that makes sense. Because like, how are we supposed to balance this if you just like, oh well, fucking White Fox is dive, so like we have to make sure she can't die. Like, what are you talking about? None of this makes any sense. So this is kind of how I look at it. It's probably not 100% accurate, and I probably missed something. But you got your frontline tanks, except for Penny. Penny, I would put in like she's kind of more of like a zoning, like controlling an area kind of tank. Whereas Magneto and Strange and Emma are kind of more of like forcing, like pushing forward and like grabbing space. So Emma, Strange, and Magneto are probably like grabbing, and then Penny and Groot are more of like defending an area. Dino, I don't really know, so I just put him there for now. And then for like the dive equivalent of tank, you have a disruption tank because you're not really gonna be killing people if the healers aren't doo-doo, right? But your whole point is to just go in there and make it so that you break up their formation. So that's what these guys are. A Thing, he's supposed to be like that, but he's broken with his shit. So he's more of a anti-tank, anti-dive, but he's supposed to be more of like, I'm gonna go in and disrupt things. Your off tanks are DPS who have high survivability, and they kind of support the tanks in being a front line. Then you have your
See
dive,
Bucky in
you
there?
know. Yeah, of course, because he's beefy for some reason. These are supposed to be like kind of like snipers, but I kind of put like Iron Man and like Squirrel Girl in there because they just do a lot of front-loaded damage that don't really like. They don't really care where it lands. They just throw it out there, and you know it does what it does. And
I
then
like
your
Kuro's
sustained DPS.
description of Iron Man being aerial Squirrel.
Yeah,
What?
I mean they're
I made
basically
that
the same
comparison.
person. Yeah,
made
they're
it.
basically the same character, just one's on the ground. Then you have your sustained DPS. These are like constantly just pumping out damage at all the time. I don't know about Blade in there. I just threw him in there because if he gets his stacks, he can be kind of just like vomiting damage. But he's also in like this weird gray area. So like I don't know what the hell they were thinking with Blade, to be honest. For your heal, these two are supposed to be burst heal. Like that was how they were originally designed to be, but that's not really a thing in Rivals. You're either always alive
Yeah.
or you're dead. And then you have your busted healers, and then these two are supposed to be kind of utility. I would probably also throw Mantis in here, but I feel like she was supposed to be bursty. These guys are supposed to provide some kind of other way to like assist the team, but that doesn't really exist. And then you got Scarlet Witch
I
tier. These
love
two
that.
characters,
Scarlet
these
Witch.
these guys don't do anything. They're useless. They're more. They're just I don't know, man. Go back to the drawing board with these two.
You could just reskin Storm as like help bot.
Like if you move
I'm sorry.
Storm to like a heal and then make her kind of like similar to
buddy.
Lucio, but like you're in the sky, that would be pretty sick.
Well,
But
I mean,
like right
'cause
now,
The only utility Storm has is damage boosting Moon Knight to get out of a zoning.
yeah, and like she can like make you like I don't know, does it like 10% faster? Like I don't know, man. I don't know what
I
they were
don't know.
doing.
The movement speed stuff is kind of whatever. It doesn't do
Yeah.
anything.
And then I have this other one, which is kind of like how they've designed characters so far. This is my necessary evil tier list. I don't know if I would put Bucky here. Maybe I would.
I would put him there.
Yeah, that's a server admin, right?
Uh,
You know what it is with Bucky though that I think everybody should at least try him. He's really good at training you in this game because the aiming doesn't work the same in this game like it does in others.
Mhm.
At hitting headshots for some odd reason. He's really good at that.
You wouldn't move Blade into what the fuck were they thinking?
I feel like he's really good at one specific thing, and that's like once you get his stacks, you're kind of like a DPS, but also tanky. Like I don't know what the hell. Like you're just basically like a god once you get all your stacks. These guys up here, these I feel like these was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 choices, and then those choices are rewarded. But if you make the wrong choice, then you kind of die. So like
Brother,
those
don't
are
kill
like,
me. Can you
a
repeat
good-
that last
in
thing?
my
'Cause
opinion,
you,
they're like
cut
perfect
out.
design. Huh?
Can you repeat the last thing you said? Because you cut out a little bit.
Where did I cut out? At what part?
I think as soon as you was about to go into perfect design.
I don't remember what I said. So
Oh no!
Oh,
No! No!
but yeah, and then these guys are just like the most absurdly overtuned. Like I don't know why they have so much stuff. Like they just
Yeah.
have too many options. And then these four are like, I feel like they're really like they're already really strong, like near perfect, but then they buffed them, and it's like, why did we do that? Like those were unnecessary. Like White Fox before, like when she first came out, I feel like that was like her perfect spot, and then they made her Fox form like more passively heal herself, so she can just 1v1 anyone. I'm like, what are we doing?
You know what I don't get about Bucky is why they buffed his Hadouken thing to not only give him an extra one, but that it grounds when they took the grounding away from Dino Laser. Because Bucky's Hadouken hits full screen in multiple people. So he could ground multiple people at once. Slow them
The whole
because it
point of the
also
laser was to like
slows.
counter flyers, so like I
Yeah.
don't know.
And it
It's
slows
just
too.
like he has a projectile, right?
Oh, yeah, and this is poop from a butt tier right here. Everyone in this tier is just ass, and they need to figure it out because I don't know what they're doing. Hulk used to be good. He's fine right now, but like I feel like there's too many soft CCs that cancel your jump, and if your jump is canceled, then you're just dead.
I'm not gonna lie, they gotta address Punisher shotgun. They have to address that thing, man.
I agree.
I
think
guess.
I got a lot of kills with that thing that I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have, bro.
Nah, you deserve all of those.
Make
Anyway,
the spread
that's
a
my
little
TED
more.
talk. For the most part, I have a whole bunch more, but it's not really relevant to what we're talking about right now. I have like
No, I
a
like-
3-page manifesto.
if
I
if
like
go back
what
to
you said.
the first slide.
This one?
I think you're right. As in, not that I agree with every placement, but I think you're right in the fact that they seem to want to have only these buckets and
Yeah.
only sort characters in these buckets.
It doesn't even make sense to me. Like, someone was
I
saying
think
Magneto's a poke tank, and I'm like, just because you're ranged, you're a poke tank, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, I can't be on Reddit anymore, bro.
I think the problem is that what NetEase didn't realize is as you add more to any group, let's say you have a bucket of eggs, and you continue to have more eggs, over time they're gonna play differently, right? And they're not gonna fit into whatever mold you initially started with,
Right.
right? It's like an evolving thing. So as they're adding more and more characters, they're not realizing that they're creating more and more subcategories, right? And I think that's the problem. But they only want them to fit. They want the game to be simply this, so that it'd be easier for people to get into, to understand. But as they add more groupings, it's only going to get more complicated, and it's going to mess up their game if they don't realize that. So I
And I
agree.
think this is also part of like the questionable design or the questionable changes that they've made sometimes at times. It's probably tied to this, where they're just glued to these. They're so static in these categories
Yeah.
that when they make design decisions, you're like, why would they do that? And then you kind of think about it this way, where there's all these fixed categories that are static, not ever changing.
Yeah.
Then you kind of start thinking, I'm like, oh, that's why they kind of maybe made that change. Like you said, they made that change to White Fox because she's a healer, right? So she should heal more. It says it right there, heal.
And she's a dive, so she can dive now because she can heal herself. I don't know what
Right.
I'm doing.
So I think
It's absurd.
maybe I don't agree with the placements on some of these things, but
Yeah.
I get the idea. I get the overarching idea that they're too fixed. They're too static in their design mind space, kind of. I guess that's
Yeah.
the right word.
And like, I think this combined with the speed at which they're just vomiting out content, it just makes it worse. And then it's just like,
Yeah.
it's just a cycle of just like,
I
dive,
think we're
dive,
getting a
dive.
lot of microwave stuff and nothing fully cooked, and that's the problem.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want them to slow down and just drop like a big patch and then just let it live for a while. Like, but that's me.
It's not like they can't make money by releasing skins, right? In the
That's
meantime,
true.
we could get 10 Luna Snow skins. That's their revenue right there.
That's true.
Yeah, Lunar Snow. My only problem that like with the buckets like that they have here, that if this is their mindset, if Ziyang is in a basement with like two people, they're like, do they fit into one of these four? Is that yeah, they want them to fit into these buckets, but you got Lunar Snow doing hella damage.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Everything goes in the square hole.
Exactly.
I literally made a Hulk run for me because I hit him, froze him, hit him again, and then he was like, "I'm out," because that was like most of his health.
Yeah, Hulk kind of sucks. But I think they should probably go into the route of like the subclasses, where like each different subclass has a different passive, and then those passives like enable you to play certain play styles, like in Overwatch.
Is Stalwart like traditional tank with the shield?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
what
So
that-
your big
okay.
body like stand in front and soak damage. I don't remember what all the passives are, but like
Yeah, when I look at this and I see Bruiser, I'm like, okay, yeah, makes sense to me.
yeah, they're just fat. They're just the fat guys that like stand there.
Orissa's fun, man. I have fun playing Orissa.
I don't have fun playing Orisa, I'm not gonna lie.
I like the spear. I just like think.
Yeah, that spear's nasty.
So they have true subclasses, or
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
mean, when you're like selecting a team comp, you can see the subclasses, or that's just something else that they add on top of the class.
I don't know if you
No,
can
I
see.
think isn't it split up into those categories?
I think it's split up just like this in the pick screen, and then each one has a separate passive. Like Survivor is like if you're dashing or using one of your movement abilities, you regen health. And then like Tactician is like if you're healing someone, like you also get healed or something. Like they have like little small passives like that like kind of change the play style of each character. So like they're
That
more
little
in line.
cat is nasty though. The one in support, because he could just take you off the map.
I mean, like it's like his ult, so it's like everyone's
Yeah.
like every once in a while.
Oh man. I haven't played Overwatch. I'm not gonna lie in a little bit. I know we kind of.
Yeah, I haven't played it in a long time.
Who do you hope?
Anyway.
All right, I got another question then before we, I guess, end it off. Who do you hope they add in the coming season? What is a? Give me like two Marvel characters you're hoping gets added to the game.
There is one character. Doctor Doom.
Oh yeah. I know you want
Yeah,
Doctor Doom.
that's fair.
I need Doctor Doom.
As a dive DPS,
no. It could be. Oh, you were joking. I'm sorry.
I think I would want. I want someone like Luke Cage.
Sweet
I
Christmas.
think that'd be cool. Or like someone like Morph, where he can just be other characters. That'd be fucking cool.
I want Sandman. At first, I really wanted Juggernaut, but I keep hearing the complaints that we got too many tanks that play that way with that style. So I want Sandman because I feel like he would be a really good wall tank in the game, where he could set up like sand walls from far. Like he
Yeah,
could, like,
that'd be cool.
right, kind of like a Sigma thing. You know how Sigma in Overwatch can like throw the shield out
Mhm.
far? I feel like he should be able to do that with his sand. His ult, he just gets mad big. Whoa. I think that would be cool.
That'd be cool. Give me Shocker. Come on, man.
Oh.
Shocker, the boy.
I know you were sad when he died in the.
What would you think about his walls not exactly being what do you call it? Like a block? Like, yes, it blocks his damage, but people can walk through it, but they get slowed.
That'd be cool. I think that sounds really cool. I mean, it's sand. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
sand. Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
I just want to differentiate him from someone like Groot.
Yeah, no, I like it. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Sick.
He could put like quicksand on the floor and slow people.
Be disgusting, bro.
Maybe not too much slow, but you know what I mean. Something to make
Yeah.
him different.
Yeah, that would be really cool, man. Well, I thought this was good. We should do this again.